up, what up? Quick video before work. This probably ain't gonna be no more than 10 minutes because I got about 10 minutes to get to work. So I'm gonna just say this real quick, man. One thing I've noticed, and I noticed it in myself too, but a lot of times if you see me like complain or lament about certain situations online or certain individuals, I do that. It's a strategy. I do that because normal conversation in person doesn't work. Normal interaction in person, back and forth, doesn't work. They don't hear me, or they pretend like they don't hear me. So a lot of times I'll put things out, online so I can get other opinions. And sometimes, especially if you're referencing a woman, she'll take what other women say more seriously than what you say. So sometimes I'll put things out there just to get a consensus of individuals so that hopefully whatever it is I'm trying to convey will be reached. There's many ways to skin a cat. There's many ways to communicate to people. So when I put things out and I complain online, right, I don't complain from a perspective that there's no solution. I understand, I realize, and I recognize there's a solution in all things. It's just a matter of finding it, right? A, and B, it's a matter of just believing that there is a solution. Now, if you have the mindset that this is how it is, this is how I think, or this is how I am, like if you're obese or something like that, and if in your mind you think there's nothing you can do, no matter how much better you eat, how much you diet, even though I think weight loss is what you put in versus your energy output. I think the human body needs at least, I want to say 3,000 calories a day. I don't know the exact number. Say the human body needs 3,000 calories a day, right? So if you're only consuming 2,000 calories, that puts you in a caloric deficit. Once your body goes into a caloric deficit, what happens is your body still wants to get back up to that 3,000. So it starts to eat, and it starts to break down the fats that you have inside your body as a reserve. You go into like a form of ketosis, and you start to break the fats down. So once you're in a caloric deficit and that process is happening, that's when you start to lose weight. But if you don't believe that, or if you don't think that's true, even though it's scientifically proven, you won't attempt it no matter how much knowledge you have. So before you get to any point, you have to believe that it's possible. And a lot of individuals, they simply don't believe that whatever it is they're going through can be alleviated. That's one. And two, the second thing is they don't want to believe. They do not want to believe it's possible because they have such low self-esteem and a low self-worth that their problems are the only thing that they hold on to in life. Because when they alleviate all the problems and the frustration and the stress that they're dealing with, it gives them a clearer picture that they probably aren't doing anything in life at all. But if you're trying to fight and battle some issue or some problem or talk about or complain about something constantly, that's a life purpose. Believe it or not, that's a purpose in life. You take away the problem, you have zero purpose. Now, I can't convince anybody of how to get their self-worth. I can't convince anyone how to raise their esteem. You have to want to do that on your own. And then once you want to do that, then I can point you in the right direction. I'm not saying I know everything. And, I even speak in reference to myself, things I got to improve, whether physical, whether financial, whether interpersonal relationships, whether relationships with women. Yeah, I complain, I lament, but I do it for a reason. I do it because I want solutions. I do it because I want different perspectives and different ideas. I don't put stuff out there, right? I'm going through some shit or some struggles, and then people they'll give me suggestions. Then I get mad over the suggestions and say, "Oh, I just want to be heard." Yes, part of therapy is being heard, but most of us aren't clinical physicians, clinical therapists. So our natural inclination is when somebody tells us that something is going on, at least my natural inclination is, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Have you tried looking at it in this way? Did my head get bit off for trying to give suggestions? And it's like, it's therapists and psychiatrists and psychologists that get paid like $500 $500 an hour, and they're much more respected because they have the credentials to back up whatever it is that they say. I have life experience. You know, I have a mastery of the English language, and I've spoken to a lot of people, and I have a relative amount of experience with human beings in general, so I can give people ideas whenever they're going through something. But ultimately, you got to believe that shit, man. And if a person, they believe that the problems that they have are the only things that are worth themselves in their life, and they don't even necessarily have to say it. They exhibit that by the characters that they portray. You know, they constantly talk about their problems, and then you constantly try to help them out or give them a solution. Then they get mad at you. They don't want no solutions. They just want to be heard. They just want to complain. That's the only thing that exists in their world. And they act like, and they probably don't even consciously do this. I'm not faulting them for that, but they act as if they're the only person on earth who's going through whatever it is they're going through. The mind is a fucking tricky thing. The enemy is a tricky thing. The devil is a tricky thing. The devil, when I say devil, I just mean negative energy. I don't believe in God, the Bible, nothing like that. That's language that a lot of people can relate to. When I say the devil, I just mean like negative forces that feed off of you destroying yourself or destroying others. They want you to destroy yourself. They want you to destroy others. They want you to be negative. They feed off of that shit. They get off on it. They get off on that negative energy. I'm saying, why do the enemies work for them? Even if you don't know how you feel, even if you don't even realize or understand you feel the way that you feel, just recognize it is something that is greater than yourself that's trying to destroy you, man. The first law of nature is self-preservation. So if your thoughts and the way that you are and your being is trying to destroy yourself, your mind is contrary to the way this fucking universe is constructed. Whether you consciously know it or not, just know if your thoughts is trying to destroy you, that is something that's outside of you that's trying to destroy you. And then once you understand that, you have to ask yourself, well, how can I combat this? I always say you got to start believing. Fake it till you make it. The key word in believe is lie. B-E, there is no word believe without the word lie. You got to lie to yourself until it becomes the truth, until you manifest your reality. And I'm talking about mental issues. You know, now you got physical things like cancer and AIDS and things of that nature, but it's also been scientifically proven that having a more positive mindset will help you to deal with a lot of like actual disease that you're going through, because stress releases like cortisone or something like that actually like weakens your immune system. It's all chemical. It's chemical, and it can be altered. Thoughts are chemical. It can be altered. Our brains are supercomputers. A computer can be programmed. A computer can be reverse engineered. We got to stop we have to get out of this mindset and this mentality that everything is arbitrary and it doesn't matter what we do, things are just going to be the way they are going to be. And that's just simply not the case. That simply is the case. Because if that was the case, if it didn't matter what you did, then why do anything at all? Might as well just jump off the building. And we don't truly believe that. A lot of people, they claim that they have mental issues or whatever, and they probably do to an extent, but not enough to lose a job. People act crabby and evil and mean and bitchy and all this, but when it comes to that check, for some reason, they mind get right. They mind get sober when it comes to getting paid. Their mind gets sober when it's time to pay themselves. So that tells me that when you place a certain value on things and you place a certain value on people, that also helps you shape up your mentality. So start seeing more value in things beyond just working, beyond just getting money. You know? That's all I'm saying. There's solutions everywhere. Everywhere there's solutions. You just have to look at it. You have to look at the analogies, the metaphors, and the comparisons, and you have to believe that it's possible. But if you don't believe it, man, I'm not here to convert or transform anybody, man. If you're a person that always comes to me with your issues and your problems, I'll listen to you, man. But it's getting to the point in time, listen, the best I could do is just lead by example and just become like the best version of myself that I can possibly become. And then some people, they ask me like, yo, Mo, how did you lose so much weight? Mo, I see a positive change in you. Like, what are the things that you're doing? And then once you come at me like that, then yeah, I'll tell you. But, you know, if you just lamenting and just complaining, and hey, if my job is just to listen to you, not say nothing at all, hey, from this point on, this is what I have to do, because it brings me down. And it makes me stressed out when a person that I love and I care about, they're always talking about like XYZ, whatever they're going through. And I have plausible solutions and things that have historically helped people. And then you get mad at me when I try to put that out there. So at this point, I'm gonna just lead by example, man. Holla at y'all. Hashtag everybody Mo Green. Peace.